such an amazing time with Jordan, Chill City Moore, and Joy. And we're just talking. We're like three friends that have, like we've known each other our whole lives. So
I know he's calling us Auntie Lindsay and Auntie Joy now.
That's Auntie Joy and Auntie Lindsay right there.
There we go.
I said I had to do air hugs.
I know, all air hugs. Yeah.
No.
So the last time that we were on, Jordan, and thank you so much for sharing this time with us. Thank you for giving us words of wisdom. I love hearing about your journey. Joy and I both love it. Because our show is called Meet Me in the Middle, and it deals with people that are in the midst of whatever that might be, whether it might be a health crisis, might be racial, cultural diversity issues, it might be people that are neglected in society, it might be something that you're still stuck in the middle of.
Right.
You talked a little bit about you had a rough patch some time ago, and you talked about every morning these three cardinals would come to your window, and then there was some symbolism for you. Can you kind of expound on that just a little bit? And then part two, hold on, part two, because I'm gonna throw a mouthful at you. Part two is, what encouragement would you give to somebody who's in the midst of their middle?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So
you got all that. You're a friend. You got all that.
Yeah. We got it. We gonna say bless it. So with the first part of the question, and I won't name any specific jobs. But this was it's and I tell people to always remember your trials, because there's certain things that I've always learned through every job loss, through every heartbreak, through everything, that there was something, and this may sound cliche, but it is such a fact. There was always something that I took away that helped me on that next step. Case in point, I had 3 jobs, and my personality right now is exactly how I am at work. Mm-hmm. If I was to go work this is exactly how I am. I'm very approachable. I'm huge on customer service. Because, like I said, I like people getting to that aha moment. So I was working at a couple of places. Customer service was on point, to a point to where I was winning awards. But like how we talked about in the very first segment, or I think it was the second segment, that spirit recognize spirits, and sometimes your joyous spirit can aggravate someone's demon, almost to a point to where you will get fired. So I say that, and I brought up my personality for a reason. My mom, single mother, so I truly have gotten a insight of what true work ethic is. So when a lot of people, say, man, Jordan, I'm seeing you everywhere, or you doing this, you doing that, to me, I still feel like I'm not doing nothing, because, of me watching my mom, work 3 jobs, raising 3 boys, and then had we adopted my cousin. So 3 boys and a teenage girl, you know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing all of this. So really, I don't have any excuse on if I'm lazy or not. But, I was working these jobs and I was excelling so much. The first one was in a different form of healthcare. So I've done microbiology and phlebotomy. While I was working phlebotomy, when I first started, I was part-time. For some reason, they just would not give me full-time. And the hours that I was working were only allowing me to see 11 patients a day. So it got to a point to where patients, every time they come in, guess who was getting requested to stick them?
Because
Jordan was. And mind you, I have never stuck anyone before. It was before I got there, saying, Lord, you brought me here. I know you're not gonna let me screw nobody up, so let's do it. And boom, bada boom, boom. I'm talking about in and out, getting them in and getting out. So it got to a point to where it's like it would look bad if they didn't give me full-time, because it's like, man, look, you have this jewel right here. Why are you not utilizing? So eventually I got full-time. So that 11 patients jumped up to 44, just like that. Wow. 44 a day. And I guess it was starting to make I don't like to never call anyone like my superior or nothing like that, but the ones who are in charge of that department, I guess it was starting to make them look bad because, you know, when I'm at work, it's business. You know,
Yeah.
I'll definitely cut up with you, you know, have fun, but it's a time and a place for everything. Let's do the job first,
Right.
laugh later.
Right.
And you know, that was the attitude. When I went to work, I was in a shirt, tie. I don't care what I was doing. I had my scrubs on, but I had a tie on up under my scrubs. And I think that intimidated, you know, a lot of people. That can potentially intimidate a lot of people. So,
Hey, Jordan.
at that, yes, ma'am.
You see that color behind you?
The blue.
No, the grass. That color behind you?
The
color
green?
the color behind you is green.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, there we go. They were turning
Okay.
green, brother. Yeah.
So they at that particular job, as soon as you was put on full time, you were put on a probation period. And people will deliberately try to get you out of a position. You know, if you're, you know, aggravating them too much or you're making them look too bad, especially if they're over you. So needless to say, on my last probation day, they called me in the office. Just like, hey, Jordan, we don't think this is gonna be a good fit for you. Mind you,
wow.
I had aced all of my evals, so much to where the supervisor was saying, Jordan, your sticks are, your time is incredible. Your customer service, obviously you winning awards. So, you know, that let me know that, okay, it was something else because, you know, I was doing my job, but I think the problem was I was doing my job too well. And for the next 3 jobs that I had, that would happen. I would never have an issue with no employees, no nothing. It was always the person who was above me, the head gunner. So it went from
into that, but I'll have to save that for another issue. But that makes me wonder a lot of things. But keep going.
Yeah. I mean, and that's real because I mean, your spirit can aggravate a lot of people's demons. And so it went from healthcare to coffee shop. And I was making good money while I was in the healthcare field. And then it dropped down to minimum wage. At this time, I was on my second apartment. I had just got my dog. He was this big. So it dropped from, you know, this amount of money to $725. Wow. Now, this is where my faith truly got tested.
Okay.
Y'all, I have no idea how I got my bills paid. I'm not lying to you. I will give you one story in particular, and this is where, you know, it really solidified my faith.
Yes.
And I don't knock nobody for what you believe in. You believe in what you believe in, as long as you are doing right by people. I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. But it was this one time, I was behind on my utilities. For some reason, my utilities are usually up under like $60 because I always cut my lights off. Okay. This day, it was like, you know, 120 something and minimum wage, you know, paying rent and food, dog food, gas, yada, yada, yada. I couldn't afford it. Y'all, I sat there and I said, okay, Lord, I know prayers without works is dead. I don't have no money in my account. None. I'm about to go up here to this Huntsville Utilities and I don't know what I was gonna do. Like I had no idea. You know, Huntsville Utilities, they don't take debit cards, so you got to go up there with cash. So I was like, look, I went up there and this true story. I walked up to the counter. I had my slip, and she looked at it, ran it through the system. She said, "Okay, well, what can I do for you?" And I was like, well, I'm here to, you know, pay a bill. And honestly, that's exactly what I said. I don't know what I was going to pay it with.
Yeah.
She was like, your bill is paid in full. You actually have a $30 credit.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yes,
Come on, man.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yes,
Come on, man. Like, no lie, y'all. And this is, I don't have a problem with crying or nothing like that. But y'all, I got in the car and I cried. Like, no lie. No lie. And I'm not ashamed to say that. So, you know, it's stuff like that that really tested my faith to where, like, even though all of that bad stuff was happening, because it was just like divine intervention was just boom, boom, every step of the way. I'm talking about, y'all, I have no idea how I got my bills paid, from car insurance, especially my rent.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I had people just out of the blue, like my mom. You know what I'm saying? It was times to where I didn't tell my mom nothing. I didn't tell her nothing because I didn't want to be a burden, on nobody. Everybody got their hard times, and everybody needs to save what they can. But it was times to where she put money in my account to where it was man, y'all, it was the exact amount. And I called her, or I came, I went to her house, and I sat there and I cried with my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she was like, man, Jordan, and she told me, she's like, I don't know what God got you, what path God got you on, but I know it's going to be something great.
Yeah.
And, she always constantly reminds me of that, every step of the way that I'm going, every step of the way. She's like, man, Jordan, as long as you, keep on the right path, you keep a pure heart, which is sometimes hard to do, because, people can turn you, you know what I'm saying? But it's a constant thing. So, tackling that second part, or actually, let me digress a little bit. So I was working property management, and once again, when I first got there, I was doing accounting. And I've never done accounting before, but one of the blessings that I've been blessed with is I pick up real quick. You show me once or twice,
I believe it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. So I started doing accounting. Had no idea what accounting was about. I started doing leasing, started doing expos, and I'm talking about I'm smashing it, killing it.
Yeah.
I had that place within 3 months. I had that place from 75% occupancy to 97% occupancy.
Wow.
Which may look good, but in a property management sense, especially in apartment complex, you don't never really want to stay at 100 because there's no new clientele coming in, and that's additional money every time you get a move in, and stuff like that. So but it got to a point to where I was a young guy coming in there doing it, African American, and I'm not saying this to hit any racial tension points or nothing like that, but it is what it is.
It is.
It is what it is. I'm coming in there, and I'm boom. People are asking for me before they ask for the manager. And that's a problem to some people. That turns into a problem. Oh man, you taking my shine. People always want to be in some sort of spotlight. And when you come in there, and of course it's unintentional. Like, I'm not intentionally trying to do it. It's just like, when I do my job, I'm going to do my job.
Yes.
And like, going back, the God in me started aggravating the demons in some of these other people.
Mm-hmm.
And
good way to put it.
Yeah, and soon enough, guess who got fired? And what was funny is, the morning before I got fired, I was in the parking lot. I was in my car, and it got to a point so bad to where like I really had to pray every time I went to work. Before I got the car, like, man, Lord, just got me on this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep me humble, keep me confident, because I'm not about to dim the light that you gave me for anybody. I'm not doing that. And I was like, man, Lord, like, I really feel like, I've learned everything that I can from here. I think it's time for me to go. 4 hours later, y'all, like, they call me in there, and, usually when you get terminated, they're supposed to do it in a public, not a public, but a private, place.
Yeah.
None of that. All of that was like, like in a sense of humility. But, I tell everybody, man, handle any negativity with class.
Yeah.
With class. They hate that. They hate that. And it keeps you, standing upright. So they was like, Jordan, yada, 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 we thank you for your time, but we're not gonna, need your service. Out of the blue.
Wow.
Out of the blue. Now, by this time, they had stripped me from doing accounting. They stripped me from doing leasing. I had all of that taken away. All I was doing for 8 hours a day was watching a security camera.
Right.
No lunch break. No nothing. This happened for about a good 6 months. That was my job for 6 months. Didn't complain. Of course, when I went home, I was like, man, this is trash. But tackling part 2 to that, I ended up writing a song called Divine Intervention, which I do in spoken word. And that's really what that song was about, was that, in the first lines, I say, first off, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Now that's good vibes to all, and that's even the jokes. Now I got a lot of people close that want to see me broke, but still I rise Maya Angelou without the hot comb. And I say all of that for anybody who's going through, you know, a transitional period, or it's looking like, man, like I'm just getting bogged down left and right. You are exactly where you need to be. A lot of times, right before your breakthrough is coming, that's when you about to get hit the hardest.
Mercy.
You are, man, like, and it's usually, and a lot of people give up because, you know, it's like, man, maybe I'm doing something wrong because this is happening, or maybe I'm doing something wrong because this is happening. Like, no, keep going, keep going, because if it's something positive, like there's a balance to life. You have your positive things, and then you have your negative things. You have your yin and the yang. A lot of people look at it that way. You have the yin and the yang of life. Yin and the yang. And it has to happen. It has to happen because, one, you're building your character, you're solidifying your faith, because without you going through that, then guess who would start to think that, oh man, this was me. I did this. And you would never come to a point to where you're just like, man, bro, it's been times to where I could not have done it.
Yeah.
Right.
But God came through and he made a way. And you know, that would really be my advice to anybody, is really sit back and take the time and evaluate what's happening. If it's like stuff hitting you left and right and it's out of the blue, man, bro, you about to have a breakthrough. 9 times out of 10, you're about to have a breakthrough, and you just need to keep on pushing. And it's like no lie, like it's still hard for me, but you got like, it's gonna get hard. But that's really where you have to, you know, trust in your beliefs. You trust in God enough. Do you trust in God enough to know that, okay, he got you this far just to like dump you off? Like, no, man, no. Yeah. He's like it doesn't work like that. Right. So keep going and just see, like, and man, throughout this whole process, I wouldn't change nothing. I wouldn't change none of my terminations. I wouldn't change none of the people who I, you know, had to let go, or who let me go, or who didn't want to work with me, or who worked with me and ripped me off. Like, I wouldn't change none of that, because one, that taught me how to deal with people. That taught me how to trust that, you know, karma is real. And I've seen some tragedies happen to some people. Yes. And I hate it, because, you know, you never want to see bad stuff where people lose a family member, or they themselves, you know, end up passing, you know, and it's like, dang. Yeah. You know, and a lot of times, you know, it's the same. I'm the same person that would probably be praying with you when it happened.
Yeah. Oh, mercy. Okay. So
honestly,
how we doing on time here?
We are past our time.
My bad.
No. Let me tell you, I feel like I've gone to church on a Sunday night. Okay.
Church on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
So I want to stop. I'm going to stop this one, but listen, everybody, we're going to come back. We're going to stop this. We're going to come back in for another episode, because I want to talk about your spoken word. And didn't you say you had done one called Divine Intervention? Is that the name of it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that. And I want to, I got my notes all over the place. I'm writing it. And I know you got something coming out actually tomorrow. Well, whenever this is released anyway, that you got one coming out. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back.